Hey guys, how's it going? On today's video, we're going to be installing this Garagistic Solid Mount Shifter with their new adjustable DSSR. I was very lucky to be able to get it in red for my E30. I do have each different rod length. In the next video, it's just going to be a quick cut through of each one of them. It's going to show you the difference between just a shift knob just straight on the solid mount. Then you have the small rod, the medium rod, and the large rod. So I'll just go through. Everything will be the exact same except for the rod lengths to show the different positions that the shifter can go in. With that, let's get started. I'm going to show you how to take off the shifter arm on a extra trans I have, just so it's easier to see instead of trying to crawl underneath the car and finagle the camera that way. So let's move to the trans and then we'll get this installed. The easiest way to do it is obviously you got to take your drive shaft off, you got to take the guibo off, and then this is the section you need to take off, and then also right here. So if you're installing the Supreme shifter that I had before, I'm switching to the solid mount. There's many things you want to upgrade, and I'll list them all in the description below. You want to do your shifter arm bushing so there's no slop side to side. You want to get a new shifter cup, and you want a new carrier bushing. And then that will tighten up your shifter immensely. Also, if you do all that and you do not change the selector joint, it's still going to be sloppy. Garagistic just came out with their new ones, so go check those out as well. So with the solid mount, you're getting rid of all of this. You won't need any of the other bushings. You'll just need this. You're going to want a brand new selector joint, and then obviously your solid mount. So what you do is, this is either a 13 or a 14 nut usually. It'll be positioned this way. There's going to be some forks going through here. So you'll undo the nut and you'll just push it forward, and then that'll drop. You can actually leave the shifter still attached. You know, obviously disconnect the selector rod or your DSSR, and you can just let it hang. And then this is called the clip, the famous BMW clip. So this one happens to be broken, so it's pretty easy to get off. But what I did was I dropped the trans a little bit with the jack so I can get underneath here. Take a pick with a hook. If you can get an even bigger one of these, that'd be preferred. And you're just going to get underneath here and yank it as hard as you can, because there's a little ridge in here. There's a little ridge right there, and the clip. So if that doesn't work, just take a screwdriver and kind of shove it in there and, you know, and break it off, or go from the other way and get a bigger screwdriver in there and kind of push. You want to push this side in so it opens the clip. So you kind of stick it in there and twist it open. And then once that's up, you kind of shimmy it out. And then this comes right off. And it's easier to do your selector joint with this off. But you don't have to. So once this is off, you can get your solid mount installed. So what you'll need is a 5/32 Allen key, and then you'll just go through and go around and just take all of these out, and then it'll just be a sandwich plate design. And you can see this piece will go on the bottom, this piece will go on top, and it will sandwich the transmission tunnel. So I'm going to go get underneath the car, and I am doing this by myself, so I'm going to have to figure out the best way to do this without someone else underneath. Ideally, you have someone to help you hold this up while you screw them in, but I'll make a way. Okay, so I'm by myself and don't have anyone else to hold it from underneath, so what I did was I took a jack, I took some shop towels, and I put the bottom piece on top of the shop towels, and then I simply just slid it over until I could get, excuse the mess, until I get one mounted, and then I got that one in, and I went across and got the other one, and I just keep going across until it held itself. So then I'm just gonna drop the jack, jack, take it out of the way. And then I'm going to go through and one at a time take it out, or loosen them all just a little bit so that you can make sure it's nice and centered. I'm going to go through and blue Loctite every single one of these so that hopefully they don't back out, which they shouldn't. But just for safe measures, I'm going to blue Loctite them, and then we'll finish the install. Okay, so I went through and blue Loctite each one of them, and then you just want to keep going in a star pattern until it is tight. Because you'll tighten this and then tighten a few more, and then you come back and this one's loose again. So just keep going. About, I think it was like 4 times I went back and forth, and it's finally tight. And I'm gonna get the DSSR put in at the bottom, and then we will get to putting on that, and that'll be the end of the install of the Garagistic Solid Mount Shifter and the adjustable DSSR. So let me get underneath the car, get that installed. Okay, so I got everything installed underneath the car. I decided to put the Allen key facing the driver's side, but you can choose what you want to do. So everything is nice and tight. There's no play whatsoever underneath the car, so just by doing it by hand. But other than that, besides the play in my trans, everything else is new. So let's go on top of the car, I'm going to do a medium rod and shift knob install, and let's see how it is. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.